ring, she decided to let her jeweler compete with Genesis Diamonds.
So if I went in with the same ring specifications to both places, what were they going to bring back to me? That's what I was interested in.
Guess what? It was no contest. Genesis beat the other jeweler hands down.
I did get a higher quality diamond for significantly less money. It was about an $8,000 difference.
So less money and higher quality.
Both things made it very compelling for us to switch and go with Genesis. I'm definitely glad I shopped around, and my husband is extremely glad I shopped around.
Have you made the switch to Genesis?
You can get into where you go back to the same place over and over again, but when you
get to start 20,
your money, it becomes pretty important.
Sweet.
Where Louisville gets engaged.
Make sure that you put Genesis on your list. I hadn't done that in the past, and I wish I would have done it sooner.
Shelbyville Road Plaza, official jeweler of the Louisville Cardinals and the Kentucky Wildcats.
This is Scott Satterfield, and you're listening to the new home for all U of L athletics, 93.9 The Ville.
That's his thing. They don't get back. Hayward's look at his steal. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. Marcus Maven. And you certainly are in love with him here in Louisville. Marcus in the open floor. Hops incredible. Here comes Maven off the steal. Oh, my goodness.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maven. About midway to the midday with Marcus Maven. And you can call in, I lay back and just listen to Marcus Maven. So sit back and relax and watch Maven.
Break it down like this.
Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maven on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maven and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maven. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And people, if you're anything like me, I know you can take a second to appreciate how much open window time that you've had in your home over the last week. I mean, I don't mean to alert, the criminals and the opportunists, but I don't think my windows have been shut in 3 weeks. I literally don't think so. But I believe in certain protection amendments, so keep that in mind. So I managed to drag myself to the finish line on a week. I appreciate everybody. Like I said, I have to have the pre-Friday thank you session, just appreciation session. I know sometimes Jack or Nikki or Patty Ice has had to hit that clear my throat button a couple of times this week. But I was able to effort through it, and it's nice and humbling. Your boy, maybe he doesn't fall into the weather too often. So, a good week is just showing you, Marcus, you're not as invincible as you once thought you were, Playboy. Take some time and, so thanks for everybody participating in the shows, keeping me nice and healthy. Steve Rummage on vacation, Jack Grossman in the booth.
Hello, ladies.
What's good, Jack?
I'm just happy it's Friday, Marcus.
So let me ask you this. Do you start to get like senioritis on Friday? Do you just start looking to the finish line?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's a normal weekly pattern. Okay. So they say, everybody has their ritual when they get home or when they get off or what is the Jack Grossman moment where he just screw everything? You know what I'm saying? Well, like, is it when you leave the building? Is when you get home? Is it when you first hit power on the PS5? Like, at what point do you say, okay, I'm officially done with these people?
There's a couple moments. There's about 6:15, and Andy shows over, the mixtape's over, Inside Churchill Downs has gotten started, and Darren and KK, the guys, they're great. You can just turn them up and let them go.
Right.
And you can just take a deep breath and know, okay,
You're
the
good.
heavy lifting's done for the week.
Okay.
And then you get in the car, the station's on, 93.9, 680. That's what I listen to all week. I make sure it's good. Everything's on the air. And then I love the station. I listen to the station all the time, but I'm not listening to the station Friday night on the way home.
So Friday, at the moment you cut off the station, you're not an ESPN Louisville guy anymore. You're just like, okay, now I'm what, Jack? I'm looking forward to Indiana, Boston College, the game, whatever little snacks that I have on my evening agenda, the cocktails, whatever.
Yeah, but I'm going to go drink. I'm gonna or go play video games, watch whatever Friday night games on, and I'm just relaxing. Yeah. I just shut everything off.
And I feel so bad for you because it's like, like I said, it about 11:43. It's like, y'all, it's over. like, my weekend's really starting, and I start getting into that. Yeah, I don't have that luxury. Listen, but I mean, there's perks and there's drawbacks from working in a 3 to 6 show. The perk is I don't have to wake up at 6 a.m. Yeah. Listen, when the pizza comes, that's usually when Marcus is kind of like, I don't know what else to say, guys. I hope you enjoyed the week, and I hope I gave a good performance during the week, and you're ready to get out of here. Yeah, but so you're just limping those last couple minutes. Yeah. So I'm gonna need those calls to help me get to the finish line today. Fun show. It's always fun when you have new things, when you have challenges, when you have known unknowns coming into the weekends. Listen, people, my nightmare, I've always told you, my nightmare is not having nerves when it comes to a game. My nightmare is not having anxieties. Listen, as mad as I get at people, like I said, we can disagree on fandom, we can disagree on sports, but my nightmare is when we just like, oh, I don't want to talk about this, not looking forward to talking about this stuff. But first, indulge me, please. Indulge me, please, because I feel like I work for you most of the time, listeners. I feel like it's a public service. I feel like this radio show is almost philanthropy or charity to keeping you people sane right up until I need my moments. And I need you to just enjoy the moments with me. So yesterday, there was a dedication, the University of Louisville dedication. Now, I'm not in the mood right now to start swearing off curses, because if I was in a joking mood, I would tell you how many ways that the Denny Crum Hall dormitory is like the ultimate transition. It's like the ultimate, the curse is lifted, the ribbon. The curse of the old dorm. I'm not going to throw any shots. Yeah. I'm not going to go there, but you're on the right path. Jack's on the right path. So if anybody's wondering, what is Marcus talking about? The moment Denny Crum cut that ribbon, let's just say there's a new dormitory history now. There's a new direction for the University of Louisville. There is a clearing of the alley to success, so to speak. All the things, like I said, I'm not in the mood because I don't want to rile everybody up. Oh my God. Denny Crum Hall opening up is a great thing. It's awesome. I don't need to get into the details. If you have social media at all, I'm sure you've seen it. The people who love radio as theater of the mind, one of the things I heard from either Bob or Drew, I always loved that phrase, radio is theater of the mind. For the people who don't really do social media and just tune in, to the show, it's immaculate. It's if you don't have a personal axe to grind, or if your heart isn't plagued by envy, if you don't sit around, oh, I wish I could just be young. These young punks don't know how lucky they have it. Now, if you're plagued by that kind of energy, you're probably not happy. But if you have a good spirit and you say, okay, these kids work really, really hard. They had to be, let's just say top 100. You know how hard it is to be top 100 in anything in the United States of America? To be top 100. Okay? All those kids that standing in those dorms, they trained from whatever years old to be top 100 in the United States of America by the time they were 18, 19. That takes dedication. That takes some determination. You deserve some spoils of victory if you've worked that hard. And they sure got the spoils of victory. Now, yes, spoils were put there before them. Work was put there before them, but they did their part too. So our guy, welcome to the family. Everybody gets their credit from me. I won't go into details of the pool tables and the lounge rooms and the movie rooms and the what do you call it? The all glass standing shower waterfalls and just all the good, just all of it, y'all.
I wish I had those. They sound like fun.
No, we all do. Yeah, we all do it at some point. And here's the thing. We all can have it, but the fact that if you had it at 19, at 20, it might be trouble for the most people.
For a lot of people, they'll have if they have it then. That's probably the highlight.
Yeah, right. And listen, and they'll screw it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like I said.
You'll spend the rest of your life trying to get that back.
You're right. You always have to remember like the level of discipline that they're still going to have to maintain in the spoils. It's funny. It's why I never, people would talk about, every single year for Rick Pitino's last 8 years, right? Everybody would they would do the same thing. Oh, what is he doing in Florida? That's why he's losing a recruiting battle, because he's taking 3 weeks off, and look at him sand and tan and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, he works like an animal year round, except for his 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks that he goes to Florida.
You need that to stay sane.
To keep from...
Which, of course, Rick was never really fully sane anyways.
Right, to stay under the...
In a good way.
Listen, the Mendoza line of sanity. To prevent being committed. He needed that, So it's like one of those things, like, when you run these kids, like you run them, when you work them like you work them, they need to be somewhere comfortable where they're calm, where they can... I don't even have to get up to go upstairs. I'm going to just sit in the lobby and get off my feet, because we're going to have to go back to the gym in 2 hours anyway. Like that level of, like, you do need comfort when you work like crazy. That being said, very fun video. Ellis, Jalen Withers kind of giving you the quick tour. They used all the classic MTV Cribs beats. It's very cliche of y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all could be a little more creative than that. Ellis, welcome to my crib. Come on, it's not 88. It's not 01. MTV Cribs. That was pretty fun to watch. But I'll say this. I when you just get past all the immaculate, the immaculate dormitory facility stuff is just not really too much of a big deal. In the current conversation, because they're working, blah, blah, blah. You got a new coach. You haven't seen his style of play yet. He's, and coach decided to take a couple of questions. And Jack, I'm assuming that's not clipped up in some crazy thing. It's no big deal. So Kenny Payne did speak yesterday, y'all. And I don't think I was going to really play his stuff anyway, but because it's like, I can paraphrase it. It's funny. I hadn't seen the Kenny Payne interview before I started, my night show, right? Before I saw, the only thing I saw was the video, kind of the dormitory facilities. I was like, one of my first takeaways is, I bet you Kenny Payne is already in their grill about the cleanliness of the facility. I bet he's already on them.
Kenny Payne won those games.
Listen, you didn't have to interject that just yet. We're trying to be humble right now. We're trying to be nice and calm and humble.
There's never a bad time to play that thing.
And so here's the thing. I said, I guarantee Kenny Payne is getting on them about the presentation of the facility. Y'all better keep this thing cleaner. Y'all think I run you now? Let me come in. Let me walk across the street from practice and see trash. Let me see y'all in here shooting just paper baskets, playing paper baskets across the room and leaving balled up paper around, because that's something kids will do. They'll get in that lobby and they'll start, you won't call it gambling. Maybe they'll play for push-ups, shooting balls of paper in a trash can. Let them get caught doing that by Kenny Payne. Because y'all know, here's the thing. I heard a caller. He called in. He asked either Drew or Mark this morning. He said, it's nice and former players here and, nice facility, and all the former players. And it's like, do you think that has anything to do with the recruiting, or do the kids even care? It's a great question. And the answer is kind of complicated, but very simple. But you have to put yourself in those shoes to understand it. Not like me, like you would have to put yourself in those shoes. Imagine Kenny Payne coming into that dorm room and saying, look, this place is filthy. Clean it up now. And then imagine him saying, if Junior Bridgman walked through here, if Dale Griffith came through here, if all the legends came through here and saw this place, it's like Kenny Payne can look at his players and say, I'll hurt you if you embarrass me in front of my in front of my legends. Because Kenny Payne treats the people in front of him like the legends. You know what I'm saying? So you have these current players. They see how Kenny Payne responds to his legends, his coach, his people before him. They're learning without knowing. Coach Payne was asked a question, about how much history do you try to teach them? And he said, basically you could tell he was saying, okay, the ambiance is going to teach them something, but I want them to start asking questions, find out on their own. It's funny. I didn't know, to Coach Payne's point, Jack, you know what Jalen Withers said to me when we was over there at that practice? You want to know what Jalen Withers came up and said to me?
Of course.
And I want you to determine. I'll let you have the final ruling on this one. Respect or disrespect? Jalen came up and sat down beside me. We were just kind of everybody getting their positions. He said, man, family. He said, they said you had hops like JJ Traynor. I said, what? He said, hey, man, they said you had that bounce like JJ Traynor or something, man.
JJ has more to prove as a player before you can be in that category.
Listen, I was impressed with JJ Traynor's hops on the thing.
Yes,
but I don't. Listen. Thank you, thank you. But point being, it was.
I think he meant it from a good place.
No. Listen, him watching JJ jump in person was one of the impressive things he's seen with his own two eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get that, but I just wasn't expecting to be compared in a complimentary way to JJ Traynor. That just wouldn't be the first name I would, I would have just, I guess he's the best example though. If he literally is the highest jumper on the team, he can really jump high too. But he's also 6'8".
Yeah.
6'9". But yeah.
It's a different type of player than what you were.
Right.
Yeah.
Point being, it was just funny for him just saying, okay, like I asked around, like, because they always see me around, whatever they came in here, But when he finally just started, hey man, so what's this? So what's OG Maven's story? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, can he?
So you pull out the phone and show the highlights.
Right. Like, because you want to know, like, this dude, he run his mouth. Can he really play? Because you never know. Like I said, they're so far removed from archives. You know what I'm saying? Other than a clip or something. So yeah, that was really funny. But that is exactly what Kenny Payne is trying to encourage. You know, that's why it's, you know, he says, okay, it's important for me to have these guys around, have the Milts around, have the Nolan Reese, you know, have these guys around. So, you know, those brains, you know, those brains that's been through it. And here's another thing I want people to picture. When Jalen, JJ, Sydney, when they're all hanging out, you know, Mike James, when they're all just kind of, you know, around regular people and hanging out, right? They're giants. They're giants. You go stick them in a small area with the names like Scooter McCray, Wally Brown, you know, even Griff, just a guy, you know, guy, just still like, you start looking at them in person and you're kind of like, ooh, these, you know what I'm saying? Like, you hear all these stories, you know, the Louisville greats and Louisville greats, and you see them and you're looking at 50 years old and you're like, I wouldn't want to, you know, it's like looking at, you know, your granddad. You might just see him one time, look a little different, you know, he's just like,
it's like, even, you know, when Issel's around the studio, he just towers over everyone.
Right. And it's not just height. It's like, okay, y'all
look like basketball players.
Y'all have shoulders, but they are just like those beer drinking in shape bodies, you know, like I can play 3 games and I can pound the 12 pack and play one more, you know what I'm saying? And then go eat good. You know, it's like, golly, just they're built to handle calories and burn them off. And you know, so
always been jealous of that.
Right. So my point is the environment over there at the Denny Crum ceremony, you got to see, you know, the respect. Like I said, Kenny Payne is the head coach, right? And again, we're talking realistic stuff. People, you know, it's not dig time. Do me a favor and don't dig for the dig, for lack of a better phrase. When, let's say that event was going on with the previous coach, right? Pick your previous coach, your previous basketball coach. You knew the head coach was going to be the center of attention. You know, the coach, you know, hey, the coach does this. The coach says, hey, you know, hey, I want y'all to meet this guy. Hey, go over and meet this guy. Go over and meet this, you know. It's almost like when you see a Kenny Payne at this event, he's kind of like, okay, I am a part of this. I don't have to be in charge of this. I don't have to be, you know, I don't have to be the leader and say so of everything. No, hey, everybody else can do their part. You know, hey, Junior, would you like to say something? Hey, Coach, you know, right here, hey, everybody can play their roles. I think there was just a good deal of humility at the event. It was just really great to see. And I think, like I said, you mix that with the official opening of the dorm. What about Coach Payne saying they was arguing over rooms because a couple of them were a little smaller and a little taller? How do you determine?
Flip a coin. That's the fair way to do it.
That's fair. Yeah. It's no fair. It's no fair.
So how would you do it then?
Darwinism? I mean, how do we determine who gets the biggest rooms, y'all?
The tallest people.
8150 939 is the number. 3831 939 is the text line. How do we determine who gets the biggest rooms? And what would I have done to try to secure one of the bigger rooms? What would I have done? I don't know. I know I would have bargained. I would have negotiated. I would have tried to, I would have tapped into my relationship with Jonathan Israel. I would have done anything to make sure I'd secure one of the bigger rooms. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know. But yeah, Coach Payne said they were there. Listen, Lord knows you can't say this publicly, but I'm sure on my teams, we would have had to wrestle for him. We would have had to listen. We would have been trucking each other and we would have got in trouble.
So who wins it? If back in the day,
Texas says dunk contest. Okay, here's the thing. You can fight a little bit, but you're not allowed to get caught fighting.
Right.
You know, so you can get into some skirmishes, but if we got a new dorm and a coach found us actually physically tussling over new stuff, you're gonna be running before the season even starts. You're gonna be in the doghouse. You know what I'm saying? So you can tussle a little bit. So basically, the people who win are the people who are willing to tussle right up until the point of getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like the ones that, you know, I don't care. I'll do some extra running. I'm getting this room, you know. But one person might just say, "All right, man, I'm not getting in trouble over this room." So, you play for the room. Ooh, seniority. You
don't like that one.
Listen. Okay, hold on. God, hold on. They got some good ones. Hold on. They're flooding in. Respect for generation. Decide first by class. I don't know if that's gonna work.
Maybe in maybe in the 70s that would work.
Yeah, in a utopian society that works.
Yeah, not today. That's not how college athletics works today.
Because here's the problem. And we're just using examples. Kamari Lands versus, let's say, like Zan Payne or something, you know, a senior. It's just like, dude, I don't care who you are. I'm not giving up. You know what I'm saying? I don't care that you're a senior. Like, I'll smoke you on the court and I'll beat you up. And you know, like, not, I mean, I'm talking harsh, but it's just kind of like, these are still very competitive kids. Like who's my receiver? Was it Roy Williams for the Cowboys who refused to carry the
Terrence Williams, I think it was.
No. I'm sure it was Roy. He wouldn't carry.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Was it no? Somebody's gonna give it to. One-on-one shooting contest. Oh, you play for the room, but the problem is you can't play for the room because you're gonna need an independent referee. Yeah, it's like it might work if y'all decide, okay, we're roommates. Okay, so if the coach just calls off the list and says, you know, maybe and so, y'all in this room together. If we already know we have to be roommates, then we could probably shoot for it. Actually, I could see myself doing that right there. I could see myself if we're in the room, if they've already decided you're my roommate, and I'm saying, nah, man, it's my room. Nah, it's my room. All right, let's go shoot for it right now. And I can see and look, and keep in mind, it's right across the street. The Keeper Center is right across the street. So listen, I'd say, hey, don't unpack anything. Don't put anything anywhere. We leave everything in the living room, in the commons area. Let's go shoot right now. Let's shoot for it. First to 25. 3-point. Look, you pick your spot on the 3-point line. I pick my spot. You shoot, I shoot. You shoot, I shoot. You shoot, I shoot. First one at 25 gets the big room. I'll take that one. They say use a lottery. Freshmen have no say so. These some good freshmen, y'all. Some of these freshmen don't just back down. You play for the room. Yeah, you can't actually physically play for the room though, because that'll lead it into fisticuffs. You're gonna fight. Unless you do it in front of the team.
What about like video game for the room?
No. Because the wrong people are going to end up dominating all the big rooms. The people who spend way too much time. Look, because that's what it's going to turn into. Playing all the video games and he was working on your game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't care. I got the big room. Now we got to fight again. but
what does it lead to a fight?
I know. Like I said, seniority sounds nice.
That's not how the world is anymore.
Yeah. That just, like I said, I would, like I said, if they pick the roommates, then you just shoot for them. If it's that big of a deal. But a lot of times the smaller room will have the better view or something like that. Like I'm sure there's some perk that, the smaller room maybe have a bigger bathroom or something. Some of the dudes probably got do a little more mirror time than the other one. So, I I could see that. I could see there probably some kind of balance trade off in the room. Like, oh, you like this part of the room, because I would probably be one that no, I was gonna say I do like the scenery, but yeah, space. I think
oh yeah, if I'm choosing, I'm taking the space.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if there was more foot traffic over there, I'd probably take the scenery. If there if there were more foot traffic, I mean, it's the campus is growing, but I don't know, because if you get the scenery and your football is okay,
you're in a good spot.
You're in a good spot. You're in a really good spot. But when it's off season, cold, dark, you want the space. Yeah, so yeah, you would think about it. Point being, people, it was a great event. Also, by the way, let me give this quick shout out. It is coming up. Here it is. Jonathan Israel is inviting everyone to attend the Coach Crum Foundation silent auction reception on Monday, October 3rd at the PNC Club, starting at 6 p.m. This is always a great event. They always feed you good. There's always beverages. Ooh. Please respond only to Jonathan and or Judy Calgill if you plan to attend. Hope to see you there. I will give out Jonathan Israel's. Hold on. It's jonathan.israel@louisville.edu. Jonathan, that's JONATHAN. Jonathan.israel@louisville.edu right away. If you plan to attend, that thing's I go pretty much every year. It's awesome. Silent auction. It's trips, it's vacations, it's painting, it's pictures, it's man cave stuff, it's all kind of stuff, and it's always been a good one. So I would suggest that you bring somebody who's a little more responsible than you if you do go to it. I tell you what, we'll reset the show. Quick commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maben on 939 The Ville. Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. The real estate market in Kentucky is booming. And whether you want to buy or sell a home, now is the perfect time to do it. With interest rates at an all-time low and programs that can get you in a home for no money down. Want to learn more? It's simple. Just call Derek A. Stewart with Dream JP Pirtle. Derek is available virtually around the clock to listen, understand, and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
This is Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Jack Roseman, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by TicketSmarter. Get your tickets to the big game at TicketSmarter, TicketSmarter.com. Louisville football travels to Boston College tomorrow. Earlier this week, Scott Satterfield previewed the Eagles' offense.
Obviously, one of the best players in our conference was Zay Flowers. They're going to do everything they can to get the ball to him. He is fast. He can run. He can catch. He runs great routes. I think he's one of the best receivers in our league. And I think they struggle a little bit in protection wise. I think they're giving up some pressures there. But their quarterback's a talented player. He's a big kid. He's got a really good arm. He can throw it.
Miller Lite pregame show starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Network coverage with Paul Rogers, Jody Demling, Preston Brown, and Drew Diener begins at 10:30 on 93.9 The Ville. 7th-ranked Kentucky travel to number 14 Ole Miss. Join James Treble and Jason Answick for the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife UK postgame show around 3:30 on ESPN 680 105.7. Indiana travels to Nebraska tomorrow evening. Join myself for the IU postgame show around 10:30 on ESPN 680 105.7. And Louisville City FC is on the road at Rio Grande at 8:30 tomorrow evening on ESPN 680 105.7. More Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is Sports Center.
For happy Halloween weekends, I'm gonna be a soaring Thunderbird.
I'll be a real bird, the Raven, flying through the woods and over the water.
I'm feeling like a pilgrim on the voyage, going over one of the world's steepest drops.
Guess I'm a mind reader. I already bought our Holiday World tickets.
Wow! Yeah!
Woo! Be whatever you want at Holiday World each weekend through October. Do a corn maze, walk through the Scare B&B, and go trick-or-treating. Get tickets at holidayworld.com.
Wager on professional football, basketball, baseball, wrestling, and select Division I college sports at Caesars Sportsbook. With more than 100 events over the course of the year, we are thrilled to expand our entertainment offerings to the world of sports betting. We offer a full-service bar, smoking and non-smoking sections, with a concession stand serving grab-and-go eats like hot dogs and burgers. Get off the sidelines and get into the action at our Clarksville Winners Circle Sportsbook.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, I got your script.
Here we go.
Hey guys, Dr. Tisdale here. Want a possum experience for your pet? Come see me, meow. Nick, the script sucks.
I'm telling you, Doc, puns.
No.
Trust me.
No.
Yes.
No.
Fine.
How about I just say, hey guys, you love your pet and I do too. So come to Tisdale Animal Hospital. Call 502-384-3260 or request an appointment online at TisdaleAnimalHospital.com.
Solid.
I can offer listeners a free first exam and a complimentary 1-month supply of flea and tick prevention.
Nice. Hate being itchy.
Also, we are one of the only veterinary hospitals in Louisville with a state-of-the-art in-house cytology machine, allowing us to test any lump or bump and get results in 2 hours or less.
Ooh, science.
Open 7 days a week, right off the Snyder in the Chamberlain Point Shopping Center.
Okay, that was better.
Told ya, Tisdale Animal Hospital.
Football is back. So make sure your fridge is stocked this weekend. And to do so, stop by your nearest Cox's and Evergreen Liquors location. All your favorite beer, wine, spirits, Kentucky bourbons, premium cigars, plus Evergreen has that great craft beer selection. For over 25 years, your tailgate headquarters has been Cox's Spirit Shop and Evergreen Liquors, 23 area locations, Louisville's go-to liquor store.
None, not, nothing, diddly squat, zilch, nil, not a zip. It doesn't matter how you say zero, we've got something for you. Meet Ale 80 Sugar. Same great ginger taste with a brand spanking new look. The drink for those who want to indulge and find their calories elsewhere. Open one for yourself and you'll see a whole lot goes into zero. Ale 80 Sugar. Zero sugar. 100% Kentucky.
Hey, Cards fans, do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com, and be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
When it's time to throw your L's up,
Louisville's got it! Coming to the 50! Coming to the 40!
you know exactly where to find us.
Down the sideline to the 30, to the 20, to the 20. One man with a shot, 5, touchdown!
Join us Saturday. The Cards hit the road to battle Boston College. The Alex White Lawyers coverage of Cardinals football begins at 10:30 on your home for Louisville football.
Right here on 93.9 The Ville.
What a difference a few months can make. Come have a beer, bourbon, or a glass of wine at Grateful Head Brewing. As weather warms up, walk on up and enjoy our patio and friendly staff as we welcome what will be one of the most exciting off seasons to basketball and football. We are proud partners of ESPN Louisville and can't wait to serve you. 2 area locations, Great Flood Highlands and Great Flood Middletown. Online, greatfloodbrewing.com.
Miss anything from your favorite shows? Head over to the GE Appliances Podcast Center on ESPNLouisville.com.
The real estate market has shifted with interest rates rising. So having the right real estate agent is paramount to a successful transaction. So call Josh Jarbo. Josh is a licensed realtor and the broker owner of RE/MAX Alliance. He wants to make your home buying and selling process as efficient as possible by offering a guaranteed sale program and instant offers on commercial listings. And if that wasn't enough, up to a $5,000 seller's credit by mentioning you heard it right here. And if you're looking for financing, Josh can cover that too. His new mortgage brokerage, Motto Mortgage A to Z, has licensed loan originators that can take care of all your financing needs. So don't wait any longer. Contact Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or Josh Jarbo at remax.net.
Each office is independently owned and operated. NMLS number 2256125.
This is Brian Brown
Good to come back, Marcus. Sweet.
of U of L Athletics, 93.9 The Ville.
Station, I do the long first segment, then I hit right at this moment, and then I say, Marcus, you have to clean up all the other outside conversations, because I don't want to get into Boston College and Scott Satterfield and Malik Cunningham and my defense, and finding that and talking about it, is my defense really the defense of blitzing or getting some pressure with just 4. I can't get full into the deep dive of what the game might mean for momentum and all this good stuff, and then go to a commercial break. It's just one of those things. And I don't want to, like I said, if you want to call in and get your last off football topic questions, comments in, feel free to. I gotta say it. I'll ask Jack, because I'll let Jack represent the people. What's Jack's opinion on Tua?
It really sucks that he's hurt. That's the opinion. I don't know if they.
And this is not fantasy related or anything.
No,
Okay.
It's not. And even though Teddy Bridgewater gets to play down, that's fun from Louisville perspective. You don't want it to be because of such a gruesome and just terrible injury like that. I don't know whether or not he should have played.
Do you think he was concussed last 4 days ago?
I'm going to do the thing where I say I wasn't, which I normally hate when people do this, but I'm going to do the thing where I wasn't there. I'm not a doctor. I'm not qualified to really answer that. So I don't know. I would like to think that they went through the proper protocol and determined that he was good to play, and there wasn't any, going any around that. But I don't trust the NFL enough to believe that was the case.
What is the saying about how long it takes to become like an expert on something? Like, is it 100,000 hours or 10,000 hours?
Something like that.
Yeah, whatever it is. We'll just say 10,000 hours to make it palatable, right?
Yeah.
Do you think you've watched 10,000 hours of football in your life?
I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah. If you average,
I'd be closer to basketball than I would be football.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'll say this. Let's just say 10,000 makes you an expert. 5,000, you've probably watched 5,000 hours of basketball, of football in your life.
Probably.
Okay. Now you've seen in your 5,000 hours, you've seen guys get hit, take about 5 steps, walk in the opposite direction, jogging to the other sideline, getting in other people's huddles. You know what a concussion looks like in the guy's first couple of steps after 5,000 hours of football.
Yeah.
You've seen enough I guess we're not allowed to use this word, minor concussions.
Yeah, that's not really a thing anymore.
Yeah, right. You're not allowed to say things like that. But here's the thing. You've seen somebody get hit, start to get up, sit back down for a couple seconds. You like, yeah, he's dinged up. Because the sport is so violent that you don't realize how often you see it until you start looking for it. And especially if you like root for a team and you see one of those other players fall, you're like, oh yeah, he's out. Or on those hits where you're waiting for a targeting call, you start to see, okay, he has a little concussion right now. Now, all we think about as fans a lot of times is, can he hide it enough to get back to the huddle? Because by the time he gets back to the huddle, I mean, science tells us he's really not okay, but
right.
Football kind of tells us he can work through it.
Yeah, and that's the football mentality.
Yeah, it's the fan mentality for the most part. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you have the fan who's looking to cancel the sport, quote unquote. So they're just like, oh God, just like it's hard to say that person has a genuine concern,
right,
for the good of every.
You sit there, and as fans before the game, it's like, oh, he may be banged up, but I want to see him tough it out.
I want to see him tough it out. Yes.
And you're never thinking about the other half of it. Of he might, get. You're not thinking about that. You're thinking about let's try to win the game, and he's our best chance to win the game.
Listen, anybody who's watched 5,000 hours of football saw that wasn't like, okay, you buckle. Like I heard Mark, and Mark is like, I don't know. He said his ankle's hurt and his back's hurt, and that no. Everybody knows the movement of boom, especially a quarterback. When their head bounces off you know what that looks like. So, let me tell everybody my process to this one, just so you know that I'm not being a know-it-all. This is the process. When I saw that head bounce, and I saw him crumble like that a couple days ago, when I saw that with my own two eyes, even I was appalled to know he came back in that game. And listen, and I again, keep in mind who y'all talking about. I watched Jalen in a high school game hit Jalen Hurd and throw up. I saw it. You know what he did? He's like, yeah, I was kind of messed up for a couple seconds. You know what? He got back out there and played. Dad didn't like that, but sports fan and appreciate that's a tough kid. You know what I'm saying? It's edgy, it's an edgy feeling, it's rough to deal with sometimes, as a parent watching that. So it's not as glamorous as it looks sometimes, people, trust me. Yeah, that's my son. Like, Jesus Christ, is he okay? Okay. I saw Tua's head bounce, and I saw that buckle, and I'm like, okay, hey, Tua, you proved, we know you're tough. You proved it. Take some time off, right? I didn't actually see the play, but once people explained to me what happened, and then I saw the still shots.
Yeah, I saw it live last night.
Yeah.
And it was it was bad.
Jalen's mom called me and said they would not stop showing it over and over again.
Yeah, they kept showing.
And then I saw the still shot, so you could fill in the blanks. You know exactly what it looked like. I didn't need to see this one, right? But here's the problem. And Steve is the only one that's going to be able to vouch for me on this one. Go back to the first touchdown, Alabama versus Louisville. Go back and look at the first touchdown. Tua does this when he throws off his, he throws like with almost like a jump pass. He never has his foot like just planted and driving into, because he's short. He's left hand. It's not like a powerful arm. He has a good accurate arm, but he doesn't really drive it like that. And he's always off his tippy toes, right? I challenge anybody to go look at the first touchdown pass. It'll just take you a few minutes to fast forward into actually, if you go do the condensed version of
Louisville, pretty quick,
Louisville, Alabama, you go look at the way Tua's head bounces off that turf, right? You can go listen. I challenge people to do it. Sorry about that. I challenge people to do it during the commercial break. His head bounces, and from that point on, I was like, he's not gonna last. Like you ever watch some people and watch the way they fall, and you're just like, you don't fall gracefully enough to last in this sport. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you see a Lamar and you say, well, he runs wild. And then now you start seeing he's getting better at just getting down, getting those yards, knowing where everybody is. And, you see which quarterbacks know when to slide, when to put down their head a little bit. You just kind of like, anybody watches a lot of sports, you're like, when he gets hit, his head bounces all the time. And it started right then. And that's when I first started. Like I said, it's a joke now. It's not an I don't like Tua Tagovailoa, you know? It's just quarterbacks or wide receivers who always hit their head backwards when they fall. That thing that's a pop, you know, that's a base shot to the back of the head. Perfect concussion. Like if I were going to set up a scan to do a concussion test, I would have you roll backwards and pop your head on the ground.
Which, by the way, you couldn't pay me enough money to do that.
Right. Of course. But no, if they did the little what were the little crash test dummies' names?
Oh,
Vince and stuff. What was their name?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
What was the crash test dummies' names? Do y'all know who the crash test dummy? I think there was 2 of them, right?
Right.
And they had like if you were just going to use them,
Dumb and Dumber.
right. But point being, that bounce. Anybody who's seen a lot of football, played a lot of football, they know the worst thing is to roll backwards and pop it. Because first thing you do is grab your head. Go look at Tua. He grabs his head. He grabs his head like his ears are ringing. Louisville, Alabama. Remember it like it was yesterday. And I'm like, he's got a concussion. And keep in mind, I'm guilty. Yes! When he hit that ground, I was like, he's out. You know,
that's
like
the most fan thing ever.
Right.
And we've all done it.
Yeah. But
it's like okay, you're saying yes, but like okay, just be good for next week.
Yeah. And listen, that was a head bounce. You know what I'm saying? And you, like I said, when you bang your head that way, you grab both sides of your head. It's exactly what he did. It's textbook. So to the quote unquote wait for a doctor's opinion. It's like, I don't need a doc. Like I saw somebody bounce the head off the ground, and I know when you get a concussion, you grab the sides of your head and you're done, you know, for some time, you know, period. So point being, I've always seen that hard fall with Tua. I've watched Tua come back in probably 7 games after that head slams. And I'm just like, and I always thought, hey, Steve, he's not going to make it. He can't take that hit. You're too small. Or your core isn't strong enough to take some of that pressure off that hit or something, you know? Like you don't know how to roll the right way. Something, but we're going to talk some Louisville football. Get the gruesome stuff out. Oh, Dana, sorry about that. Dana, if you can hang on and call back at the top of the next hour, I'll get you. Sorry about that. Rolling along, Middays with Marcus Maben on 939 The Ville.
Hey, Cards fans, your Louisville women's basketball team is fresh off of a Final Four run, and next season is right around the corner. Season tickets are on sale now for the 2022-2023 season and start at just $154 per seat. By renewing season tickets or by purchasing new, you're automatically entered to win prizes such as a team-issued jersey, a signed basketball, and more. Visit gocards.com/Walls Wednesdays to learn more about the season ticket member experience. That's gocards.com/Walls Wednesdays.
Make it rain! Make it rain! When you're in pain, attorney Phil Rich makes it rain. Growing up in Louisville's Portland community, this Trinity and University of Louisville graduate knows how to fight for you. Whether you were injured in an accident or hurt on the job, Phil Rich specializes in personal injury, auto accidents, and workers' comp claims. Don't settle for less. Go with someone from this city. Remember, when you're in pain, Phil Rich makes it rain.
It makes it rain! It's raining! He's from Portland!
This is an advertisement.
With interest rates and gas prices creating so much uncertainty, there's one thing that you know you can rely on, and that's the roof over your home. At Carlin Roofing and Sheet Metal, they understand that now might be the time for you to look at that roof and decide to get that work done that you've been putting off. Carlin replaced my roof a few years ago, and I can speak firsthand to the quality and efficiency of their work. Carlin Roofing and Sheet Metal also has financing options. Look them up online at carlinroofs.com. That's CARLON roofs.com or 458-9898.
UPS is hiring day sort warehouse workers in our Louisville, Kentucky hub. Our warehouses are team settings where everyone truly has each other's backs, and we work together to deliver what matters to customers and communities. We're paying $20 an hour and offer great benefits, including up to $25,000 in tuition assistance. Eligibility begins the day you're hired. Shift your future, shift your team, shift your life. Visit upsjobs.com to apply. That's upsjobs.com. Make the shift, make a difference. Wager on professional football, basketball, baseball, wrestling, and select Division I college sports at Caesars Sportsbook. With more than 100 events over the course of the year, we are thrilled to expand our entertainment offerings to the world of sports betting. We offer a full-service bar, smoking and non-smoking sections, with a concession stand serving grab-and-go eats like hot dogs and burgers. Get off the sidelines and get into the action at our Clarksville Winners Circle Sportsbook.
Hey, Cards fans, do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com, and be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. It's game week in the Ville.
He's on the loose to the 20, 10-5, touchdown Evans.
Miller Lite pregame coverage of the Cards in Boston College begins Saturday at 9 a.m., followed by the network pregame with Paul Rogers at 10 o'clock. If it's Louisville and Boston College, it plays here on 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, I got your script.
Here we go.
Hey guys, Dr. Tisdale here. Want a possum experience for your pet? Come see me, meow. Nick, the script sucks.
I'm telling you, Doc. Puns.
No.
Trust me.
No.
Yes.
No.
Fine.
How about I just say, hey guys, you love your pet and I do too. So come to Tisdale Animal Hospital. Call 502-384-3260 or request an appointment online at tisdaleanimalhospital.com.
Solid.
I can offer listeners a free first exam and a complimentary 1-month supply of flea and tick prevention.
Nice. Hate being itchy.
Also, we are one of the only veterinary hospitals in Louisville with a state-of-the-art in-house cytology machine, allowing us to test any lump or bump and get results in 2 hours or less.
Ooh, science.
Open 7 days a week, right off the Snyder in the Chamberlain Point Shopping Center.
Okay, that was better.
Told ya, Tisdale Animal Hospital.
Attention men, are you struggling with erectile dysfunction and sick of the pills? Well, we now have a major medical breakthrough that has helped thousands of men. The WAVE technology at Oakview Medical Clinic uses gentle pressure waves to repair and open up blood vessels. It's been shown to be effective even by Cambridge University. No more pills and no more side effects. Just more blood flow in the bedroom where you want it, when you want it. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED and regain your love life, grab your phone and call us now. You'll qualify for the assessment, the exam, even the blood flow ultrasound totally free. And to the first 20 callers now, you'll get a gift that produces results in the bedroom in minutes. You are going to love that. This is a $650 value, free to caller.
Good to come back in 45, Marcus?
412-2000. That's 502-410-2000. Guys, put a stop to your erectile dysfunction by treating the root cause. Call Oakview Medical Clinic now to qualify. 502-410-2000.
If you want the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits, go to Liquor Barn. Or better yet, have Liquor Barn bring it to you. Download the Liquor Barn app, visit liquorbarn.com, or call your local Liquor Barn store to schedule your pickup or delivery to get what you need to stock the bar. If it's your birthday month, make sure to visit liquorbarn.com for the Pappy Birthday promotion, where you might win an opportunity to purchase a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle. Liquor Barn can help you bring the celebration to your cookout, tailgate, or game watch party. Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
This is Lance Taylor, and you're listening to the new home for all U of L athletics, 93.9 The Ville.
No sleep till!
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maven. 8150-939 is the number. 93.9 is the station. A lot of people like to rejoin.
We got your we got your Keep It Locked liner again.
I missed. Listen, I was too caught up in the Beastie Boys that I missed the liner. Well, speaking of hot fire music, let me take a second to remind everybody that temperature control is and will always be one of the most valuable resources one could have. If you agree with that sentiment, the DFH company is most certainly the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split, like the one we use here at the 93.9 studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com.
And thanks to George and the Beardos team for bringing by lunch to the ESPN Louisville studios.
Boom.
Beardos, oh man, I'm looking forward to it. Has you covered for the big games this weekend. And man, there's a lot of them this weekend, celebrating 45 years of Louisville style pizza, carry out, delivery, or dine in. 14 area locations in Metro Louisville and Southern Indiana. Yeah, it's that good at Beardos Pizza. I'm ready for that pepperoni today, Marcus. I don't eat it like I used to. I'm not going to eat a whole pizza, but I'd eat my couple slices of pepperoni pizza on Fridays. I love the pepperoni pizza from Beardos.